Hi everyone, welcome to our monthly strategy um, seminar for the month of October. For this month, I will start with the key factor to watch for the month first. Um, the external factors seem the most important to um, impact our stock market sentiments as uh, we think all investors still have a lot of concern on the Fed rate lift off things, and that spread over all the investment markets. So we think as long as the Federal Reserve rate lift off has not been finalized, the volatilities in the risk asset markets remained at elevated levels, especially when it's near to the upcoming FOMC meetings on the October the 27th to 28th by the end of this month. So all that reflecting by a spike in the U.S. Chicago Board Option Exchange or CBOE's VIX index, which nearly doubled from July to 2015. That raising the risk of volatility contagions to other stock markets. And the second thing is a sustained high level of the Hang Seng VIX index, which reflected a heightened concern about China's economy and stock markets as well. For our internal front, uh, we think the most important factor should be the progress in the government investment project. The positive sign emerged after the government has amended the Public-Private Partnership Law, and some government investment projects make some headway, especially for the e-auctions for the two dual-track railway projects and the upcoming 4G auction. And another factors from our internal source is a little positive factor from the long-term equity funds inflow. The long-term equity fund is the fund that investors always invest by the end of year to gain or getting the tax benefits. So it's normally have the flow pretty much in by the end of year, as shown in the graph that the most bright for the inflow would be on the December. However, for the October, the historical data suggests that it will may have some flow coming in start at the October, but not so much. However, we still expect that uh, there remains room for further upside for Thai stock market by the second half of November until the December for this year from the push of the LTF flow. The Thai stock market outlook for October. um, The Thai stock market round up for September 1st. The SET index kicked off the month with the gains, but only slightly before its reverse course to continue its descent by the end of month. The major concerns would still be on the Federal Reserve movement, and finally they decided to keep their low interest rate level unchanged. So it seems investors turn their attention to the global economy. So the key economic data out of the major global economies would be some things investors try to monitor, and that creates quite a lot of volatilities in the market sentiments. For stock market outlook for this October, the bias would remain to the downside rather than the upside for Thai stock market, as the global risk factors include the first one, the key economic reading out of China, and the second is the third quarter earnings seasons with scope for possible earning downgrade. Based on the latest Bloomberg consensus, the SET index forward PE for 2015 of 15 times equated to 1390 points. By our estimate, the worst-case downside in Thai stock is a move to make a new year low around 1270 point regions, which offer an attractive entry point for long-term investors. For the investment strategy, any market weakness may present an opportunity to accumulate positions as follows. The first one is the equity exposure should be limited to 30% of the portfolio for any dip through 1320 to 1340 point. And the second strategy is equity holding could be raised to 60% if the SET index extend its slide through 1270 to 1290 point. And our monthly picks for this month includes Asifa, Chokan Chang, and Pruksa Real Estate, which will give you more details on each stock.
For the first one we recommended this month is the Asifa. Asifa is the Thailand biggest electrical switchboard producer and supplier. And this kind, when the electrical switchboard is grow with the construction project, so they grow with the investment project of the government, and they are still the biggest benefit of the upcoming investment of government's investment in the mega project. Infrastructure project. On the private side, we see the benefits is come from the construction in the retailer sectors and the pick up in the residential construction activities, and also in the earnings prospect. We see the earnings in the 2015 is grow by 63%. This is driven by the backlog of the 1.1 billion to be booked as a revenue in the second half of this year. And we also expect the growth momentum is to continue into the next year or 2016, but in the slower pace due to the small amount of the backlog will carry forward to next year. But in all view, the mega project investment in the public and the private sector will continue to fuel the engine of growth for the next year. The stock we see the stock has a laggard in terms of the valuations. Looks like the share has not factored in the growth prospect in the futures. So we recommend buy with the target price 5.6 baht a share. The second one is the Chokan Chang or the CK is one of the top construction companies in Thailand, and due to in the last 1 or 2 years they will have a very slow construction project coming to the market, and the new project is rarely sized in the last 2 years. But at a moment, the government under the new cabinet, they are confirmed they will start to constructing the mega project. In the month of November and December, they will have 2 projects ready to announce the winner of the bidders of the 2 projects. One is the double track railway projects on the Klong 19 แก่งคอย The other one is จิระขอนแก่น on the dual project. 2 of the 2 projects will be the upcoming catalyst for the contracts to be signed. And also we are expect 2 more projects will likely to be open for the bidding this year. One is the Pattaya Mataput motorway projects. The second one is the expansion of the Suvarnabhumi airport. will also likely to be open the bid this year. And more than that, we are looking for the biggest plan. They also has a plan of 2.4 trillion baht investment project lining up for the next 6 to 7 years ahead. But for the CK, they are looks better than its peers, the ITD and Stakon. In that, they will have the revenue diversification. They have investment in the utility companies like TTW, BECL, BMCL, and CKP. And all of these investment, they will generate a very stable earnings coming to CK earnings. So on the other side, and this investment company, they has very actively found the new project in the country around Thailand, like Laos, Vietnam, Myanmar, and they are looking for the projects like this concession project. And this concession project, they will have a construction of the project, and they will give that construction part to the CK. So CK will not only has a return from this investment, they also access to the source of new project in the different ways. So they kind of diversify the source of new project. They are not relying on the project only in Thailand. So they are is a kind of a diversification of the source of new project. And now is we think the upcoming project is coming up in November, December, and next year. And now in the valuation right now, the price per book or the current price is still trading discount to our fair value based on the breakup value. So it's time to buy on CK ahead of the catalyst of the new project ahead. The next one, the next one is Puxa is the leading the residential property in Thailand, and the better thing is on the Puxa is they have a pretty good booking this year. Right now, the 8-month accumulated booking for this year is accounted for 66% of the target. This is quite a very few big company to do that. The others, most of them, they are not have not generated a very good booking this year due to the very low confidence in the market. And now also the Puxa is mostly focused on the housing is very in the medium and low segment. This is the segment that the government is planned to launch the stimulus package. So the Puxa maybe will be the biggest beneficial of the new property stimulus package of the government. And also we see once the momentum of the booking is growing, we see the earning momentum this year is going to be flat. Even though the earnings of this year is flat, we see the momentum of pre-sale is on the roll into next year. So we think maybe the next year the return of the positive earnings growth is very likely and visible. And right now the company is trading very undemanding in terms of the PE, and now is trading discount to the historical averages in the past. And now we have the upcoming of the property stimulus package will be the near term catalyst of the stock. We recommend buy on this one with the fair value for the 2016 of the 31.2 baht a shares. That would be all for our monthly call for this month. Thank you for your attention.